Charlie's being recognized and inducted into the Michigan State USBC Hall of Fame for his very superior performance on the lanes. In Michigan State competition, he won the Michigan State Senior Masters in 2012. However, prior to that, he had a very distinguished career and continues with the PBA, joining the PBA in 1978 and winning his first title in 1983. I'm sure when he gets up here, he's going to tell you all about it. He's got 3 career PBA titles, 1 PBA regional title, 2 career PBA 50 titles, and 1 PBA 50 regional title. Out there for a long time, cashed in many events, made TV several times and match play several times, and lifetime career PBA earnings in excess of $500,000. He moved to Kalamazoo in 1988 and dominated that local bowling scene. He's also a member of the Kalamazoo Bowling Hall of Fame. He's got a great penchant for coaching and giving back to the sport as the current head bowling coach at High School. With over 5,300 games and over 2,800 series, the high of 826, and a career average of high average of 237, it's my honor to present to you first inductee today, Mr. Charlie Tapp. Mistake. First of all, let me refer to my notes. Hopefully I didn't leave them on the table. It's funny, when I started bowling, I was 8 years old. And a friend of mine, Skip Miller, and his father are the ones that got me bowling. And Skip's dad, Ed, was such a wonderful guy, and he taught us about baseball, he taught us about bowling. I mean, he took us all these places, coached us, and I mean, he was a really big part of my development when I was at a young age. And just a little side note, Skip also had a sister named Betty, and now Betty didn't play any sports. And she was my age, and we went through school together all the way from 2nd grade to through high school. And I just want to say that I got to watch her develop through all the way through high school. See, that's a joke there. So I thought I kind of lightened up to do it without having to go in on. I'm sorry, but this is going to be taped, so Betty's going to see this, and I haven't seen her in 50 years. So, but I just want to know that she knows that I noticed her development. Anyway, okay. So it's funny when I've spoken at a lot of bowling banquets and things like this, and with social media and all the things. This morning I was getting requests on Facebook for me to tell stories. So, but I got too much to talk about to tell stories. Well, except for this one. When I traveled with 2 guys, Tommy Baker and Joe Hutchinson, and Tommy Baker and I are still the best of friends. And we still travel together when I bowl the senior tour. And Hutch hasn't bowled for a while, but he's probably the funniest person I've ever seen. And this is the story that gets requested the most of any story that I tell when I speak at banquets. And that's in 1981 or 1982, we were eating at a Baker Square in Cleveland. And my wife's got her hand in her face. So anyway, so we're eating at Baker Square in Cleveland. And so we were waiting in line to pay the check. And so Joe accidentally broke wind and standing in line. So anyway, the guy standing behind him was just like this, and he goes, "Hey, "You farted in front of my wife." And Joe turned up and said to him, "I'm sorry, I didn't know it was her turn." So that's the most requested stories. I figured I better get that out there. And you know, there's nothing better at a bank than like a gastric story. But anyway, getting back to the Hall of Fame, it's just Marlis. When I got the call from Richard, I thought he was kidding, and this was just a few weeks ago, and I hung up the phone and I said, "That was Richard." I said, from the state. I said, "I got elected to the State Hall of Fame." She goes, "Well, who elected?" You know, and I said, "Well, I don't know. Somebody must have." And she goes like, because I got a lot of prankster friends, you know. And she says, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Well, I'm gonna wait until I get the letter." You know, and then it got to be. This was, I think, that he called me on a Thursday or Friday, and so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there was no letter. And I said, "Well, who's going to call me?" And then all of a sudden the letter showed up. But anyway, what she did is she printed out the list of the people that are in this Hall of Fame. That's unbelievable. I mean, Fazio, Urbanski, Strampy. I mean, I'm going to be in that, and I'm like that. I mean, this is a really big thing to me. I'm telling you, this is just awesome. I can't tell you how happy I am to be in this Hall of Fame. And what's really ironic about it is back when I was with Skip and Ed and his sister, they had, at that time, they had the National Bowling League. And Bob Strampy was a member of the Minnesota Skippers. And he was my favorite bowler when I was a little kid. And so I mean, the Michigan connection was back when I was a 9-year-old boy. And I wish he was here. I mean, but anyway, it's just kind of ironic that I ended up in the Hall of Fame of Michigan. So this is really a big thrill. And before I go too far, I want to introduce my family. The first, actually, I have a guest here. It's my boss from Aquinas, so I've had to clean up the speech a little bit. But the new athletic director at Aquinas University, Nick Davidson. It's actually Aquinas College, so there goes that job. My son Steve, my son Matt, my sister-in-law Susan, and her husband Bruce Penn. Some of you might know him. He's in the Michigan Coaches Hall of Fame, high school football Coaches Hall of Fame. And then, what's her name? The woman that none of this would ever be possible without her. And the other exciting thing is that she's in this Hall of Fame too. And so I get to be in the Hall of Fame with my best friend, my wife, and the trips that her and I made back and forth across the country, the laughing, the crying, the arguments, the being broke, having money, being broke, and just to live our lifelong dream of being professional bowlers. And that's the woman I shared it with, and I can't tell you how much I love her. Marlis Tapp. Sorry about watching today. But anyway, so without dragging this out, a lot of people ask the guys that are on tour what their defining moment is, or the moment when things turn around for you. And the guys that I mentioned to begin with, Tommy and Hutch, we were in Amarillo, Texas. They had no money left. And the next tournament was in Houston. And so I'm gonna hop in my car and go home. And so Joe came up to me and he said, "How much money do you have?" I said, "Well, I have $210 on me, enough to pay the entry fee." And he said, "Well, how much money do you have at home?" I said, "A couple $100. he said, you know, call my, I was married previously, and he said, call your wife up and get that money and go bowl. I said, that's all I got. And he said, listen, he said, what is the difference between having $200 and having no money? I said, there is no difference. He goes, tell her to send you the money and go to Houston the next tournament. So we go to Houston, and I decided to go to Houston, and the bowling center was right across the street from the Astrodome. And we decided we were going to go to the baseball game. And most of you probably remember who J.R. Richards was, the pitcher for the Astros. Well, he was, I can't remember who he was pitching against, but it was Sandy Koufax or something like that. Anyway, but it was going to be a great baseball game, and the Astrodome was sold out. And so anyway, instead of going to the baseball game because we couldn't get in, on the way back to the hotel across the street, right next door to the bowling center, Hutch says, "Well, why don't we go and you can practice, and let's see if we can figure something out." Well, between Hutch and Joe, they figured out it was just a couple minor little things that had to do with hand position. And so I bowled a rabbit squat the next day, and I made it. And then I bowled the tournament, and I made and I crossed with Marshall Holman, who everybody thinks is the biggest horse's ass that ever walked the face of the earth. But he's not. I mean, this guy couldn't have been nicer. And I made the top 24. And in the position round game, in the 42nd game, I left 2 solid 8s in the 8th and 9th right on my television. And all of a sudden from there, and then the next tournament I finished 7th, and then everything kind of took off. And it's just that if I go to that baseball game, I'm probably not staying in here. And that's just to define. I mean, it's just the difference of being in the right place at the right time and doing something. I much rather would have gone to a baseball game than practice. But if I don't practice, none of this. I don't get the opportunity to be in a Hall of Fame like this. And whoever nominated me, we still don't know. I just, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of our hearts, I really want to thank you, because this really, really means a lot. And that's it.